What's poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at the Harley Quinn TV show on E4 All 4, because I watched it recently, and we need to talk about it, because Season 4 is coming out soon, if not already out, and I need to catch up, because I have seen Season 1 and 2. So here is the Valentine's Day special, which is a 44-minute special on HBO Max for the show. It's on HBO Max or E4 All 4, and that's where you can watch this show. And it is all about Harley Quinn, and the voice actor for Harley Quinn is Kelly Kuko from The Big Bang Theory. She plays Penny, and yeah, this is a Valentine's Day special. It came out Valentine's Day last year, and I never got around to watching it, but I finally watched it now, and we can talk about it, and I'm just trying to catch up on everything that I missed over the past couple of months because of me moving and being too busy with a job. So, let's get into it. Harley is excited about Valentine's Day, but Ivy finds it egotistically wasteful. Harley plans a romantic night for Ivy and herself to celebrate their first Valentine's Day together. So, following the events of Season 3, the end of Season 2, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy get together in a romantic relationship, and this is their first Valentine's Day together. Harley Quinn is trying to make it special, trying to make it the best Valentine's Day she's ever had, because that's what she did with the Joker. Each year she one-upped herself and tried to make Valentine's Day even more special than the last, even more memorable, and that was just how she did it with the Joker, and that's what she wants to do with Ivy, and that's how she shows her love. She wants to do this big grand gesture, she wants to do all this, that, and the other to make Ivy feel loved, and because that's how she shows love. And people show love in different ways. And that's Harley's way of doing it. Ivy just wants to stay and watch movies and order food. And that's all she wants. And she wants to keep it simple. And she makes Harley promise to keep it simple. Harley then does keep it simple and has a really good sort of meal where she gets her favorite food. They go home, they watch a movie, and that's that. Ivy has been lying, saying that it's like the best thing Valentine's Day she's ever had, but then Harley Quinn doesn't believe her, gets the lasso of truce, puts it on her, and she says it's not the best Valentine's Day she's ever had. So that upsets Harley, who then goes to this sort of black market magician, black market spellcaster, wizard, whatever, and buys a pill to make the best nut, I'm going to put it, Ivy's ever had, to make the best day special. Bane also goes to the same dude to increase his PP, because, that he wants to make it bigger. Because the side story for Bane is that he doesn't have a relationship. He's asking everyone if they want to go out. They all say no. He finds an eggs worker, there we go, an eggs worker, trying to keep this video monetizable, and she actually enjoys spending time with him. She actually wants to go out on a date with him, so he wants to impress her because of obviously his big muscles. She assumes he's got a big pee-pee, a big eggplant, but he doesn't, and he's worried and anxious about this and wants to make her sort of proud and wants to not show her up, in a sense. So he takes this, and he takes too much of it, and he actually grows to the size of a giant and starts destroying the city. Moving back to Ivy and Quinn, we then have them kissing, moving to the bedroom. She has the biggest nuts of her life. She has the best nut of her life. And they lay in bed, but actually Ivy let out this big pheromone explosion like plants do. They let out pheromones to attract plants, flies, and other stuff towards them, and this ended up infecting the whole city with being honey. They're all very honey. They're all going out and dogging stuff and things and people, and obviously this affects Bane as well, who again is currently giant, and he starts doing it to buildings, and he sees a giant show for this celebrity who's doing a poem reading on this special night of Valentine's Day, and You know what? Let's go to the third plot point. I think it's a good time to introduce it here. This is Clayface's third plot point, who did cut himself in half because he got tricked online, and then he got mugged, and then he got split in two, and he fell in love with his ass. But if they touched each other, they would merge back into one. So it's some form of forbidden love. So it's top half and bottom half falling in love, and they just go back to their place, talk about how romantic they are, how much they love each other. Then they decide to split up because obviously they can't be together without touching each other, and it's just causing them suffering. So they go their separate ways. They meet back up at this sort of poem reading, and Bane stands on them and pushes them both together. We have Bane also doing it to the giant statue of the poem reading, and it's Harley and Ivy's job to stop Bane. Ivy then explains to Harley what her favourite and what the best Valentine's Day was, and it was when they were back in Arkham, and Harley Quinn was a psychiatrist. And she actually spoke to Ivy, she helped her escape, they kissed on that night, and she was just being really nice to Ivy, treating her like an actual person and not like a monster. So that is the best sort of Valentine's Day for Ivy, and that's why she was very happy and had to lie, because nothing can beat that, in her opinion. We have them actually managing to stop Bane, having a really nice sort of sentimental moment, a loving moment, kissing each other, hugging each other, and just having a good time, being okay with each other again after falling out over Valentine's Day and how not special it was. Bane also manages to shrink back down and have his sort of Valentine's Day with his eggs worker. And that is the whole plot of this 44-minute show, this 44-minute special. Animation-wise, it's something like I've never seen. It's got its own unique art style, which, again, most shows do copy the current most popular show. So it does have that Rick and Morty-esque type sort of story and animation to it, which, again, is unfortunate, because just because Rick and Morty is popular doesn't mean everything that looks like Rick and Morty is going to be popular. But it does have its fair share of eggs jokes and violence and blood and swearing. And that's what all sort of Hollywood really thinks needs to make an adult cartoon funny and comedic and watchable and want to watch. But it isn't. I think the eggs jokes here in this Valentine's special is okay due to it being a Valentine's Day special. But again, I still don't like them. I still don't think you need eggs jokes or abundance of swearing to make a show good or funny. Again, I do laugh at some swears. I am that sort of basic. I do laugh at swears. I do laugh at the occasional fart joke. I still have that childish mind of comedy, but with that comes with not enjoying. I just don't like the use of eggs in shows because I just don't feel like it's needed. I don't think it pushes the plot forward. I don't think it does anything for the actual show other than giving the watchers, the viewers, a little bit of fan service, a little bit of making them honey. It didn't make me honey. I just sort of went on my phone and just listened because I didn't really want to watch it. And plus, it didn't show much anyway. It just skipped from the first kissing to the end of it, and that was it. Which I think is preferred. Just speeding through it and getting to the actual plot point of the story. But in this scenario, this Valentine's Day special, it was sort of key to the story and did push it forward, and it did become the catalyst to make Bane go honey psycho. And this is the only sort of way I can see it making sense. But again, I don't like all this sort of stuff. I think corn is gross, and I don't get the appeal to it. So all of that is just, I just find it pointless, and I think it's overdone in media, and it's just not needed. So that's what I'm going to leave this with. I'm going to leave you all here with my thoughts on that. So because of it being very sort of corn related, I am going to give it a 4 out of 10. It wasn't a good episode. The plot was very sort of too much of the eggs, and I didn't like that. I know it's a Valentine's Day special, but it was just heavily reliant on it, and I wish they had more of like a romantic sort of way around it and being more sentimental with it instead of just going straight to the corn. But that's what kind of show Harley Quinn is, so. I normally like the show, but this special just sort of ruined it for me. I don't know. I'm just... Bye-bye.